Hey there, Oz.
Hey, Curtis.
Hey, what movie are we watching this week?
This week, to kick off October and also a month of Troma films,
Uh-huh.
we've got the combination of the China Syndrome
Okay.
meets A Clockwork Orange
All right, yeah.
with a splash of Class of 1984
Mm-hmm.
and Spike Lee. This week, we're watching Class of Nuke 'Em High.
Spike Lee.
Somebody had to make the joints.
Yeah.
I figured it was Spike Lee. He's good at making joints.
That there you go. It's a Spike Lee joint.
Yeah,
this movie features joints. Yes.
Yeah, this movie's got joints in it.
It does.
So Spike Lee makes joints.
Yeah.
So I bet he made this.
He probably did. His influence reaches everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Where did you think I was going with Spike Lee?
I wasn't sure. My mind immediately went to right at the end when I forget the name of the lead pug gets the spikes to the face.
Oh,
or like
okay.
the quills
Okay,
to the
yeah.
face. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. But no, I was thinking more somebody had to make the joints.
You're not wrong.
It's had to have been a Spike Lee joint. So.
The atomic high.
That guy's also in Toxie, isn't he?
The tall punk?
Yeah, the one with the real ropey braid, the real big one.
I don't know. I mean, he seems like he'd be also in Toxie.
Yeah. I think he may be. I'm thinking he may. Well, that's for another day. So
that's for another one that may or may not come up soon.
Possibly. So welcome back, listener viewers, to another week of Let's Talk About Flicks, the podcast where we take a monthly theme. Like I mentioned, this month we're doing nothing but Troma films.
Yep.
So take your garbage cans out to the curb because we got trash coming.
There you go. Did you have that line scripted?
No, I did not.
It's pretty good.
But now I've got Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, where he's walking through the town going, garbage day. Oh, you got to look that clip up if you haven't seen it. So
got it.
It's a fun one. I'm one of your hosts, Oz.
I am the other host, Curtis.
And before we get rolling too far, we definitely want to give a shout out to our Patreon subscribers who are not students at Troma High. Don S., Aaron A., Mandy K., Melissa L., Colin K., and Lara Lamb. Thank you one and all for your patronage.
Yep.
What do you think is what's the over-under on any of our Patreon subscribers having seen this movie?
I think the only one that there might be a chance would be Mandy K.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe Don. Maybe.
Possibly. I think if Don has seen it, he won't tell anybody. Like
he's too proud.
Yeah. It's like, I'm a Rotten Tomatoes guy. Like I'm not. So or like maybe he'll be like Alan Swifty or whatever, his review will be a pen name. So
yeah, I mean, I think Aaron A. she's aware of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and Lyle M. worked on it, but he's never seen it.
Well, he shows up a couple of times.
He was head cretin.
Melissa L. is aware of the Troma verse, but yes. I don't believe she's watched any.
Jenny, my wife, got as far as I showed her the trailer for this one so that I could let her know this is what we're watching this month, and she's like, "It's all you." Like, I'm like, that's fair. That's fair. Like, she doesn't mind a bad movie, but this is too deep.
Yeah, and that's what we got this month.
Too deep in the sludge. So, I mentioned last week at the end of the show, this is a movie I watched far too young. Far too many times.
Yep.
It did not shape who I am as a person. It did not warp me. I still have color in my closet. But it definitely brought it. It showed me how wide of a spectrum film can be.
Sure, that's a good way to put it. This is one end of the spectrum.
Yes. Yeah. And so with it being a non-studio film in the traditional Hollywood sense, it shows that if you've got an idea and the gumption to get it done, you can make a film. And I mean, this is an example.
Troma is the stereotypical example of like passion projects. Like,
absolutely,
it's all energy and passion, and it just poured into the screen for better and for worse. Warts it all.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. This Troma, the Troma universe is definitely. I feel like their motto is, "Let's hurry up and get this done before anybody quits." Like,
or before anybody realizes what we're
yeah,
doing.
exactly. Yeah. It's like, as long as we keep it fun and we can get people going, and then we'll edit it, we'll splice it all together.
Yeah, we'll chop it up.
Yeah, and I will say, even though the editing in Troma films, especially Class of Nukem High, is not, I won't say it's good editing, and you're not winning any awards for anything, but based on the level of performances by many, many, many people that work in Troma films, I think a lot of times the editors are the unsung heroes of what, turning footage into a film.
Yes. Troma, I feel like, is the master of reaction shots.
Like,
this movie has a lot of just people going, oh, like in the camera.
Hold it. And I love it. It just like dumb double takes at each other, and
like eyes wide, mouth agape.
It's very fun, very much like the cameraman in UHF. Like,
yes, yeah, drinking his pot of coffee at once,
exactly,
and eating his footlong sandwich.
Yep. So that's Troma. They've got UHF cameraman as their director of cinematography. Class of Nukem High.
Yep.
So I've got this one, obviously.
You do.
I had the movie Marriage. Rattle off the who's who of.
Yeah, I'll get to the characters in a moment here. I know before we hit the record button, you described this movie as a warm blanket for you.
It is. Like I mentioned just a moment ago that this is a movie I watched far too young and far too many times, and it just it's I watched a lot of movies growing up. I was, with all due respect to my parents, it was a free for all. It was you watch what you want to watch. They had no problem giving me money to go to ride my bike a mile and a half across town to the video store. They would rent me rated R. Like, it was that type of perfection growing up in that, mid to late 80s, where I was attracted to box art, and the horror genre was masters of, that 80s box art. And so, I would watch whatever. And Class of Nukem High was my introduction to the Tromaverse. I saw this way before, like I first remember the Toxic Avenger as the Toxic Crusaders cartoon series.
Yep. I think as many people do.
But that I was never like curious to chase down where they came from, because it was an 80s cartoon, like they were just there. But Class of Nukem High, I remember being on TV quite a bit, and I would watch it. I was just fascinated by, because I didn't know what good acting was at the time. But I was fascinated by just the extreme. And even though as cinema has evolved, this movie really isn't as extreme as some of the other Troma films are.
True. That is true.
But it still was, it was fascinating to just see something that wasn't Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah.
That, because I adored that show growing up as well. So it was almost like a peek behind the curtain of course, this is still when video stores had, when there were video stores.
Yeah.
But they had, the adult section in the back behind a curtain. And this is kind of what it felt like to peek behind that curtain.
Sure.
This movie is important to me because it was, again, my intro to Troma. In much the same way that, like, Return of the Living Dead is probably one of my top 5 films. Yeah. It's trash. But it's trash that knew what it was doing.
It's trash with a heart.
Exactly. Like it had a direction. It knew what it was trying to do. And it just had a bunch of people. Now, Return had better actors.
Sure.
But like, this was, let's just get a bunch of people that will agree to work with me because Lloyd Kaufman knows what he's doing. for better or for worse, he knows what he's trying to accomplish, and he always seems to get it done. So, but yeah, this movie was like, there's quotable. No, I couldn't quote any of this movie, but it just was just nostalgic.
Yeah. Well said. I love hearing your passion for this movie.
I do. I wish I don't know. Somebody's got to, I suppose. Like,
somebody's going to have a passion for classic Nuke. It may as well be me.
Right.
Yeah. All right. As far as the cast of Class of Nuke Hives,
I was just buying you time because your cast is.
Yeah, it's not that big. Well, it's basically, we have the two leads. We have Chrissy and Warren, high school sweethearts. Warren is played by Gil Brenton and Chrissy by Janelle Brady. And that it's basically them, the Cretans, and a couple adults. The Cretans are the gang, the former National Honor Society students.
Yeah, the former honor students.
Yeah, who have now formed a gang and are selling irradiated marijuana from the nuclear power plant next door. We have Spike, played by Robert Pritchard, who is the lead Cretan. We have Gonzo, who I'm sure is going to come up later from one of us, played by Brad Dunker. We've got Muffy, we have Spud, we have Teru, we have all the other punks. Some have names, some whatever, but they each have their own distinct visual identity, which I love in this. Like, even if you don't know their names, it's like, there's the angry one. There's the one with the long ponytail. There's the one with the nose ring. Like, I love it.
Yeah, I do too. Like, there was definite thought given to the creation of this, and to be fair to the Cretans, they're probably the most inclusive club in the school.
That is true if you think about it that way. Yes. they welcome all.
They are very open arms to anybody who is willing to join. You just have to be a terrible person. So
that's the trade-off.
That's right.
And then we've got the principal in there someplace. And then we have Mr. Paley, played by Pat Ryan Jr., who is the only one in the cast with a Wikipedia page.
I was going to say it if you didn't. He's the only one with a link, and that link is not long.
Yeah. And he plays Mr. Paley, who is the head of the nuclear power plant that is a quarter of a mile away, and literally and figuratively looms large behind the school.
I left Simpsons out of my movie marriage.
Because with the nuclear plant?
It seemed too easy. So I'm like, I'm going to find some. I was back and forth between China Syndrome or Chernobyl.
There you go. So, I mean, that's the cast. I mean, there's friends, there's like Eddie, and there's like Warren and Chrissy, but whatever. It's Warren and Chrissy, it's Mr. Paley, and it's the Cretans.
Right.
That's really
people.
All you need.
It's people in this scene, same people in this next scene, same people in this next. It's like if you... not many people got days off on the filming of this. It's like everybody's in every scene, it seems like at times.
So what do we have for the thick, juicy plot of Class of Nuke High?
Well, movie takes place in New Jersey, as all Troma films do.
Troma,
because Lloyd Kaufman is a New York City guy, and what's the most trashy place on the planet if you live in New York City? New Jersey. And so Tromaville High School is located quarter mile away from a nuclear power plant. Like, why wouldn't you?
Of course it's right there.
Of course it's right there. And a movie kicks off. There's an accident at the power plant where they've leaked some toxic waste because it's Troma. Like,
that's what happens.
Yep, it's just nuclear waste. I
love like the whoever does the pipe fitting for facilities in Troma films is terrible.
But because of Troma's filmography, they get to work. They're always working.
Do. They keep the union pipe fitters in business.
Job security. So because of this nuclear accident, it's obviously it's worth shutting down over because it's leaking sewage. But Mr. Paley doesn't want to get it shut down. So they just kind of cover it up.
Yeah.
The radioactive waste somehow makes its way a quarter mile to the school.
It's literally foaming
It's
at the
just
base,
foam, yeah.
at the base of the foundation.
Yeah, it's just foamy. And they send their send their guys in their hazmat suits and their, I don't, they're metal detectors, it looks like, scanning or whatever. But yeah, it's just foaming around. And it works its way into the water system at the school. We meet Dewey. Dewey is basically he's a nerd.
Yeah.
There's no other way to put it.
Stereotypical 80s nerd.
It's like the Eddie, like Eddie Deason would have been in, this character, as, he plays him in Grease, and, he's just that nerdy character.
Yeah.
He is, like you mentioned, there's, we've got Warren and Chrissy, but then even above them in terms of goody goods is Dewey.
Yeah.
He's the only one that, that teachers love him. He's the only one who gets his homework done. He's the only one who takes school seriously.
Yeah. Only one trying.
And because it's a Troma film, he's going to die.
Of course. That's how it works.
He's drinking out of, he gets picked on by the Cretans. They're messing with him, and he drinks out of a water fountain, which then midstream turns into toxic sewage.
It might be Brondo.
It's got electrolytes. It's what plants crave.
Plants crave.
and so he drinks it, and he has an episode in class where he basically Tromas out.
Yeah.
As he's got the
I like Troma is a verb.
Yeah. Well, it's basically what he does. They apply their physical effects to it, and it's all practical effects. Is he's got like the bladders that spout green sewage from his ears, and his face gets all weird, and he just like swan dives out the second story window. And that's it. Like he's because he drank out of this this water fountain.
Well, he hits the ground outside and his face like fizzles off.
Yes. Yeah, it's really cool practical effects. Just a
husk of Dewey left.
Yeah, and it's just fun. Like you watch that again as a kid. I mean, this movie come out 86.
Yeah, 86.
So I was probably 9 or 10 by the time I saw it, and it was like, whoa, like just I've never seen that before.
I love the sound effects for like whatever. It's especially Dewey, but like any Troma movie or just a scene, where a character is, it's usually radiation or something like that, and they're just
there's gurgles.
And
again, it's like, are we going for quality? No,
we're going for fun.
We're going for one take, like but they find the people willing to do it.
We don't have any more Alka-Seltzer tablets.
Foreshadowing. So that Dewey's gone. So clearly we see the effects of what this radioactive waste can do. Speaking of the Cretans, again, like you mentioned, they are originally were the Honor Society, but they got mixed up in drugs, and so now they are our movie punks.
Yeah,
and I love a movie punk.
You love an 80s movie punk. I was waiting for that to come up, by the way. Yeah. And it's funny you bring up Return of the Living Dead, which also features amazing 80s movie punks,
all with their own identity. And
it's kind of speculated. They never come out and say it, but it's speculated that the nuclear power plant is the reason why these former honors kids are now the Cretans.
Yes. Yeah. It's just that proximity to something they shouldn't be that close to.
And it just changes you morph because of the radioactivity.
The smarter you are, apparently.
It targets high brain cell count.
Well, they have bigger brains.
So they do.
Yeah. Smart people have bigger brains.
It's bigger change. Yeah.
So more of a spectrum to drop through. And so the Cretans, they, for all intents and purposes, they kind of run the school.
Yeah.
I had the principal in my movie Marriage at one point and took it out for class in 1984.
Yeah.
Just a gang that runs the school and motorcycles in the hallways. But they, it's just run. The plant is not good for the students of Troma High.
No, it's not.
So we meet the Cretans as they're doing what they do. They're picking on kids in the hallway. They apparently sell they sell weed to everybody at school,
yeah.
except for Warren and Chrissy. I mean, they're stopping kids in the bathroom that definitely do not look like they would mix with the Cretans, and they owe them drug money. Like, it's everybody buys from the Cretans.
Well, they kind of force them to buy it.
They do, for sure, yeah. And so they go to they get their hookup because they buy their weed from a guy at the power plant, who they just have this patch of marijuana growing just outside the fence.
Yep.
And that's where they buy.
There's active nuclear runoff.
Oh,
like running into the ground right there.
Yeah. And that's where they buy their marijuana. And so they, and this guy's selling it as like, this is like look, basically look at the toxic sludge that is on this stuff. Like, this stuff is grade A.
It grows overnight kind of thing. Like,
yes. Yeah. And so they buy it, they roll it into weed. And by the way, this movie's not long. This movie's an hour and 20. And so and they stop one of Warren's friends, Eddie, and they force him to buy this toxic high for $10.
Yeah.
Because he was like, how many do I get for $10? Just one. But they force him to do it because, again, they're also the muscle in the school.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do? So Eddie's hosting an indoor bikini beach party that night.
Just go with it.
Yeah. Where apparently everybody in school is there except the Cretans. So, excuse me, Warren and Chrissy are very much in love. They are the goody goodies. Warren's wearing like a football jersey pretty much all movie long, despite no other football team being there.
No, he's the only player.
Yeah, he's it. But these are your quote unquote good kids. They found each other.
He's like, do you remember that? I've run across this. The algorithm knows that I would like this. The Mr. Perfect sketches he used to do to demonstrate his perfection.
Yep.
Where he throws the football to himself.
Yes, which of course he launches the football,
yes,
but then also makes it downfield to catch the football.
And it cuts back to the pro with him just mouthing "Wow" in slow motion.
I loved Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, such a great character.
And so Warren is very much your Mr. Perfect without the narcissism.
Correct.
And so, but I mean, these kids are, Warren and Chrissy are so like good and pure that they apparently are the only virgins in the school.
Yeah. And they're waiting for the other one to make the move.
Yes. And so we get side conversations a la Grease of, Warren's like, of course I want to get with Chrissy, but I don't want to rush things. And she's like, of course I want to get with Warren, but I don't want to seem too pushy.
Yeah.
So, now it's it's just this weird, granted, these are all like 20 something teens as well.
Yeah.
But now we get this weird, like this weird team up between the groups of friends that are like, we've got to get Warren and Chrissy together. Like we've got to christen this thing tonight.
It's so important that they consummate the relationship to the friends.
Forget my party that I'm hosting. This is my number one priority. Yeah. So Eddie takes this really dingy yellow looking like joint. It's really gross looking.
Yeah. Well, it is atomic.
It is atomic. That's true.
Also my favorite Blondie song, Atomic.
It is a good one for sure. What is my favorite? I like Blondie. My wife doesn't care for Blondie much, but I do. I can't think of any.
Hanging
caught me off guard.
Hanging on the telephone.
I like hanging on the telephone. I may have to come back to that one. I can't remember the name.
Dreaming is another amazing Blondie song.
That one's my favorite. I couldn't remember the name, but that's my favorite one.
Yeah,
I do really enjoy Dreaming. So anyway, back to the indoor bikini beach party. Yes. Eddie lights up this joint and shoves it in Warren's mouth, and of course, it. Warren is clearly the strongest of the friends, but he can't fight off Eddie pushing a joint into his mouth, and he has to accept it with his lips
Yeah,
and
of
make
course.
and drag
And and inhale. You just
and
you can't help
inhale.
it.
So then they take it out of Warren's mouth and do the exact same thing to Chrissy, and Chrissy again can't fight it off. I have to take a drag.
I love when they take the drag. The camera is like right close in their face,
Yeah.
and there's a sound cue that goes meow.
Exactly. I know. Just to let you know something bad is happening.
Yeah, something sinister is happening. Evil science noise.
Oh, I do love it. Warren and Chrissy didn't even want to go to this party. They wanted to go to the Fellini festival.
That's right. What about the Fellini festival?
That's how pure they are.
Yeah.
So now they're angry because of this happened. And they're, to be fair, they are like, she's in a bikini and he's in his Speedo. Yeah. And they're like, let's get out of here, Chrissy. Let's go. Let's catch the Fellini festival. Like, it's just Lloyd being Lloyd.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
And so it's
Lloyd, because Lloyd is also a big film nerd.
Yeah, I'd say Lloyd probably enjoys Fellini, but also realizes that I'm not Fellini, so screw Fellini.
Yeah, let's turn it into a punchline.
Yeah, exactly. And so he's like, "What, Chrissy? Go get our jacket. Let's go get our coats. Get out of here." So it turns out that this atomic high provides quite the aphrodisiac as well.
Yes, it does.
So Chrissy goes up to get her coat and realizes that she herself is attracted to herself.
Yes.
So and lets us know as the audience that by gyrating and rubbing your own stomach, you're prepared for things. So she doesn't come downstairs. Warren's kind of berating his friends. He goes up to get her and then does a double take as she's on the bed.
I love the double take.
I do too. And so he's like, Chrissy, we gotta get. What are you doing? She's like, take me, Warren. So they do what their friends wanted them to do, right there on everyone's coats, like
right there.
The friends are wondering what's taking them so long. So they go up the stairs to find Warren and Chrissy. They also do a double take because there's two of them, and they just watch like they're so happy. They're so happy, and they're really not even like pervy about it. They're just like, "Oh, we did it!" Like
pat on the back.
Yeah, teamwork. And so, but the joint kind of rewind just a second as Chrissy takes it out of her mouth and throws it away. A man doing some very awkward dance like stomps on it and trashes it.
Yeah. So
nobody else gets to try this joint, which actually does play into the film. And so they're up in Eddie's loft. They finish. Then they go home. Well, then we get this. This is so Troma. We cut to Warren and Chrissy at home, just sleeping on top of their blankets, as one does.
As you do.
They both have framed 8x10s of each other.
I love that. Yes, I love that. They have the 8x10.
So cheesy. But just to show that they are very much in love.
Every night they just put their chins in their palms and they just stare at the 8x10.
Yeah, like I yearn for you. I yearn for you.
Yeah,
love you to the moon and back. I'm sure they say that to each other a lot. And so Warren, we're with him first as he's having a bad dream, but then the film goes into negative mode.
It does.
Yes, it does.
That's the deepest special effect Troma can do.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they saw it in a Peter Gabriel music video at some point. We're like, we got to try that. So it goes into negative mode as Warren gets like crazy acne and then
like scabby face.
Yes, yeah, it's pretty gross. And then apparently a tree trunk starts growing in the middle of his bed under his blanket, and it rises to such great heights.
He's quite impressed too.
He's very excited. Whoa! He's very happy to see. Well, he doesn't see it. We just see the growth under the blanket.
Yeah.
Cut to Chrissy, which honestly, this special effect was pretty solid.
Yeah.
As she's also in bed on top of her blankets. She's got this little nightie on, but exposes her belly as she also is having a bad dream. And her belly grows to a pretty fully pregnant size.
Yeah.
As she wakes up and look, what's, just again, shocked at what's happening as a what appears to be a very ropey tentacle or tail or something pops out of her belly button and just kind of starts like Petey Pabloing around as it's, it's like, moving around like a helicopter. And so again, just something's going on with these two. And obviously it's because of the marijuana.
Yeah. But they think it's just a dream.
Yes. They wake up the next morning and everything appears to be fine. So, okay, it was just a dream. Well, it turns out, Chrissy's pregnant. She finds out she's pregnant. Obviously, the one and only time she and Warren were together was, at the right time. So she's not feeling well. She's at school. She goes in because she's feeling sick and instead vomits out a creature.
Yes, like a big tadpole.
Yeah, that a tadpole and a turd kind of mixed together. It screams at her as she spits it into the toilet, and then runs out. The next girl comes in and it's still in the toilet, swimming around. Yeah, and she flushes it. So this mutated creature is now in the water pipes of the school. As it travels through, like you mentioned, the pipe fitters in Tromaville are less than adequate. Yes. And the pipes bust because every school keeps at least one barrel of toxic radioactive waste uncovered in the basement. Yeah.
You got to have at least one.
I know my high school has one. We keep it. It's not even behind a lock. We just we don't
sitting in the open.
We don't set the lock. Kids can get to it if they wanted to. We trust they don't.
You never know when you're going to need an uncovered barrel of toxic waste.
It might come in handy. You just don't know. So this creature travels through the water pipes, and when the pipes split, it falls right into this barrel of toxic radioactive waste, and then begins to mutate. So we haven't mentioned the Cretans much because the Cretans, for all intents and purposes, they're just there to torment. Yeah. They're not even they're probably they're plot movers, but they're not this is about Warren and Chrissy, this movie. So we get a series of just things the Cretans are doing. They're they grab a book from a kid and just rip the pages out of it. Yeah. They there was a foreign language class that they're going into, and that because there's just a piece of construction paper over the teacher's shoulder that says Spanish class or something. And so the Cretans they all have the same schedule, by the way. Apparently,
of course they do.
They all have the same schedule because they're the honors kids.
Their school counselor must be a pushover.
Oh yes. Well, we want the same schedule. Okay.
Okay.
So they're all walking into foreign language class, and she's irritated with him because you're late. Spike stops and basically just forces himself on her. Cut to scene of her in bathroom where she's now a Cretan, full on, all it took was a kiss from Spike, and she's in now with some pretty cool makeup effects. I thought they'd shot that well, where they're showing her putting lipstick on, and you see her from the right side and in the mirror from the right side, but she turns around, her left side's all spider web, and I thought it was
really cool.
Really cool cut. Music's playing, but she's fully on board with the Cretans at this point. Does it matter? No. It's just to show what they do at school. They just shove their agenda,
their influence. It's very, very Two-Face for Batman, especially Batman the Animated Series, where it really was asymmetrical right down the middle.
Yeah, and so it's just Cretans doing Cretan stuff. Gonzo carries around a giant femur.
What animal is that? That can't be human because it's
that's got to be a cow or something. Yeah. It's huge. But he's just, and they're full of piercings. They're tattoos. The Cretans are a wide variety. You've got a female with a really bad mohawk and a Hitler mustache. You've got the one, like you said, with the super ropey braid.
Mhm.
You've got Gonzo, which honestly is, when I was young, I thought it was a black actor.
Mhm.
When I was young, just because I didn't know any better. But no, it's a white actor in like tribal blackface. But he's got like his nose pierced. Double pierced. It's like he's
Mhm.
got these rings. That's
Yeah. It has a mouth guard.
yeah, he's got this giant mouth guard that he's actually really good at. When he spits it out, it hooks on one of the bottom
Yeah.
nose rings. He does it like 2 or 3 times in the movie. It catches every time. But you've got like Spike's main girl, who is like just dressed like a dominatrix.
Yeah.
You know,
I
at one
think
point,
Muffy is her name.
yeah, at one point she goes into the men's room to pee at the urinal.
Yep.
You know, it's just
the other school nerd is in there peeing at the same time. What are you doing here?
It's in the men's room. And it's just, they do what they want whenever they want.
Yeah. They're the cretins.
Yeah, it's like there's a they've got a transgender member. Which
the inclusivity you mentioned before
for 1986 was pretty awesome, really, to be like whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of cretins in the movie, and we don't get enough time to visit many of them outside of like Spike, Muffy, and Gonzo.
Yeah.
The only 3 with names, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
And so so the power plant order, because of Dewey's death, the power plant has ordered the school to lock down so they can investigate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got a guy in a hazmat suit that he's who monologues his entire day.
What is that smell?
Yeah.
Guess I better go check it out.
he just external monologues at all. Like he's by himself, but you know what?
He can't think about his own thoughts.
People won't know what's going on if I don't narrate it. So he's down in the basement again, investigate. Nothing there, but his Geiger counter is basically going off the charts,
and he thinks it's broken.
Yeah,
when in fact it's doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Exactly. So first he finds the open vat of toxic waste, and drops some piece of machinery, some piece of equipment into it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just, outside of the smell, there's nothing wrong here. But again, there's a noise, so he investigates it. Well, we get a giant monster arm reaching out and clawing his face before it pulls him into the vat, which apparently he has no mass, because this barrel is full to the brim with toxic waste. There's no spillage on the floor.
Nope.
There's a monster inside of it. But then when it pulls him inside, the toxic waste level never rises either. So it's pretty impressive, the physics going on at Tromaville High.
Yeah. there's no water displacement.
Nope. Nothing. Nope. It just, he's in here with us.
That monster is its own dimension.
You know what? That might not be too far from the logic of this. So, so obviously we just cut back. There's that monster in the basement, which now we know has grown to very large size based on the arm that comes swinging out.
Mm-hmm.
So Chrissy has gotten rid of it. Warren's still not feeling good. And he kind of hulks up, goes on this rampage. We get honestly, it was one of my favorite scenes growing up. It shouldn't have been. In hindsight, it's like, shame on me. We get a scene where Spike and ropey braided guy, like he's waiting outside of Spike's brownstone, I guess. I don't know. Like,
sure.
And Spike comes out. Well, they've got a tab of Alka-Seltzer, and they have a plan. This little old lady comes walking down the street, and Spike pops the Alka-Seltzer in his mouth, and it starts to foam, and he just falls on the ground and starts flailing around like he's having a seizure.
Yeah.
Ropey Braid runs up to the old lady, and she's like, I you got to help my friend. I don't want to get involved. She's like, I need your purse so he doesn't bite his tongue.
Yeah, I need something soft.
Yeah, give me something soft. So they takes her purse, and goes over, kneels down to Spike, who then of course stops seizing.
Yeah.
And and they've got her. Like, haha, we tricked you. Scene should have ended there.
But
this
it's
is
a Troma movie.
It's a Troma movie.
It's Troma.
So
it
Spike,
doesn't end there.
So Spike gets up and she starts screaming, and he wipes the Alka-Seltzer off with the back of his hand as he then like backhands her across the face, which grabs her and then just uppercuts her into the gut. Like this poor old woman. And it was funny to me as a kid. It's supposed to be funny. It's extremely irresponsible and brutal. But it was very like Three Stooges-esque in its delivery.
It's very slapsticky.
Yeah, it's super silly. But yeah, he's just beating this old woman to a pulp as Ropey Braid is like doing some like leprechaun jumping around, dancing with this purse because they got her. Like, we got it. And of course, you know, as Spike takes one last punch to this lady's face, the cut to her and she's like like you're waiting for stars to be circling your head. Like,
I get Troma, the master of reaction shots.
Oh yeah. And in some way it's like, I don't necessarily think it was intentional, but in some way it's like by showing just that silly reaction shot from this lady, we knew she was okay. Like as an actor, like she's fine. It's just this was so over the top. It was silly.
Yeah. And that's the point of Troma.
That's the point. Yeah. It's extremely unnecessary. It's it's extremely inappropriate, but it's all in fun. So laugh at it. You're not bad. It's okay.
That's what we tell ourselves.
Exactly. And so these guys then, you know, head to a back alley to figure out what's in this purse.
Yeah.
And so this is where we see Warren, who is he's all like he's all ramped up. His chest is puffed out and he's you know
bladders pulsating in his face.
But again, he's also got, like you said, that scabby acne look, like he had the night before. And so so he had killed, I forget the first one he killed.
He picked one up and like threw him against a brick wall.
That's right.
I think it's implied that he broke his neck.
Okay. And then he comes up and he kind of backhands Spike just to more knock Spike out. He doesn't kill Spike, but Ropey Braid, we get a little dead alive action here.
Yeah, we do.
As he basically forces him to his knees, and you know, and they recognize him. They do. They recognize, is that Warren?
Yeah. Spike doesn't recognize him.
No,
he only sees Warren from behind.
Yeah. Yeah. And so he punches Ropey Braid like in the mouth, but then cut to him shoving his fist and forearm down the throat of him as it's extending out to make room.
Yes. Literally in the mouth.
Yes. Yeah. He punched him into said mouth.
Yeah.
And so, you know, he kills the two of them. But when he comes to his senses, he has no
recollection. Yeah.
No idea what he did. So the Cretans have been expelled from school just because, I mean, for reasons they deserve it, to be honest.
Yeah.
And where they're really bummed out is because they're expelled from school. Their customer base is gone. Like, who are we going to sell to?
Yeah.
You know, they're meeting at the junkyard, which is apparently what Lloyd Kaufman thinks of New Jersey, because there's like there's a junkyard in like all his films
on every corner.
And so they're meeting at the junkyard again, like really not even. Gonzo is phased. Gonzo is really upset about losing his friends. Spike's more like, we got to get revenge. Like, we got to get back to that school. So he comes up with a plan, because they're all mad at him, actually, because he doesn't really seem to have a plan. And so he actually has a plan. And their plan is, we're going to sneak back into the school. We're going to force the principal. We're going to set off the school's radiation alarm, which will get everybody to evacuate. But then we're going to take over the building. I don't really know how this plan gets them back to having
like a customer base,
drug customers, but whatever.
It gets them back in the school.
Yeah. So their plan's working okay. Plus, we got to get back at Warren, because Warren killed our friends. and the only way we can get to Warren is if we get Chrissy, because that's kind of the principle-esque of, of like, we're going to get everybody out, but we're going to grab Chrissy. And if we have Chrissy, we know Warren will come after her. Mm-hmm. So 2 birds, 1 stone. We get an extremely violent, like, where some of the Cretans force their way into the principal's office, mm-hmm. and they're, as a secretary, comes walking in, not realizing they're in there. And we've got one of our Cretans we hadn't mentioned yet. He's wearing like a rubber cap of some sort, and his face is half painted.
I think it was Red Rooster.
I think it was. It's Terry Turner.
It's Terry
Taylor.
Terry Taylor, Red Rooster.
Yeah. So but he just turns, and he's got an assault rifle, and he just plugs this secretary multiple times, mm-hmm. right there in the doorway. Nobody doesn't phase any of them. Like, there's no one laughing, like, ha. Yeah. And so it kills the secretary. And so they've got they fire up the alarm, mm-hmm. the evacuation alarm. They've grabbed Chrissy. We get kind of an odd mention, because Spike's like, get Chrissy and take her to Teru, a person we've not seen or heard of at all in this movie, mm-hmm. so far. Apparently there was some, like, the actress was involved in a really bad accident, and so she couldn't film the rest of the movie, and so they just kind of used what they had. And
sure.
And so but take her to Teru. She'll know what to do, and she's basically she reminded me a lot of Trash in Return of the Living Dead, the Leanna Quigley character.
Yeah, I can see that.
And so they got Chrissy in the basement. Warren, of course, comes in after her. Some of the other Cretans are after Warren. They're driving their motorcycles around, and mm-hmm. But the monster's also loose in the school. And so it's like Warren and the monster have, like, inadvertently teamed up.
It's like Freddy versus Jason
in a way. Warren is not really aware of the monster at the time. But he goes down to the basement, gets Chrissy, mm-hmm. and then it's I'm kind of losing track of the order of events.
Sure.
But we've got motorcycle Cretans chasing Warren through the school. Monster just happens to be in the right doorway at the right time to stop said motorcycle Cretan. Gonzo comes out as one. The monster like pops like pop the eye out of the transgendered one, and then Gonzo comes across it, and he's like literally like sobbing. He's so sad.
But I love Gonzo's mourning. He puts his arms straight up in the air, just starts howling.
Yes. It's like it's choices.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, but he
starts licking the face of the deceased. Yeah,
exactly.
Deceased,
it's like what is Gonzo attempting to be? Who knows? But Warren ends up getting Chrissy. Teru dies. Spike he gets kind of maimed by.
Yeah. Well, the monster punches directly through Teru's head.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It punches her right through the head. Kind of slashes Spike. So Spike he's basically got the Joker's gun from '89 Batman.
He does.
He's got this
very,
super
very
long barreled revolver. So he's working his way through the school. The monster's working its way through the school. Warren and Chris are trying to hide. Well, I didn't mean to leave out, but it was established earlier that the science lab has a laser.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie was showing Warren the laser, turns it on.
Science!
Just to show laser. Uh-huh. The teacher yells at them to turn that laser off. So,
had that laser hit these radioactive isotopes, the whole school would have blown.
Exactly. So, cut to Warren and Chrissy are in the science lab. And Spike finds his way into the science lab as well.
Yeah.
So we've got the showdown between Spike, Warren, and Chrissy. Of course, Spike's got the gun, but he's also kind of injured. Well, Monster comes up behind him, kills Spike. Mm-hmm. So now it's Warren, Chrissy, and Monster. Well, Warren grabs that laser. Shoots the monster. We get more negative film effect.
Uh-huh.
As they flee, the school blows up. and everything is fine. You know, we cut to music. You know, what's going on?
What's going on?
I do. I do.
It
like
is
that
a fun song.
It's a fun song.
Nuke 'em high.
It gives that same vibe as like Killer Clowns from Outer Space by the Dickies. Just like
I have that song in my like to shuffle. By the way.
I do too. Like my kids know the words to that song. Like it shuffles because we play basically when October hits, it's nothing but horror soundtracks and horror songs.
Killer Clown soundtrack. That's it. It's the only music in your house is the Dickies Killer Clown soundtrack.
And so, you know, movie's coming to an end. The school's been destroyed. And then we see the little turd tadpole monster pop up for one, I guess, final scare, but just to let us know that it's obviously still there. And that's Class of Nuke 'Em High.
That's Class of Nuke 'Em High, folks. Hey, every week, Oz and I give our own unique rating to the film we've been yapping about. Class of Nuke 'Em High, kicking off Troma Movie Month. Hey, Oz, how would you rate this flick?
I'm going to give it 75 femurs.
75 femurs. That is very close to my rating.
Oh, fun.
Yes.
What are you giving it?
I also have Gonzo in mind for my rating scale.
Okay.
I have 73 nose hoops.
I love it.
I'll say 73 giant dangly nose hoops.
Giant dangly nose hoops.
Yep. Hey, folks, every week, Oz and I scour the interwebs searching for unprofessional reviews that tickle our funny bones, and in this case, a giant femur funny bone. And we hope,
well played.
Yes, and we hope that they tickles your funny bone as well in this week's edition of Outside Insight. Oz, what is your Outside Insight?
I have two from people that don't get it.
Got it. Okay.
This first one is from Lucas.
Okay.
That's in Lookas.
Okay.
When I'm at a government propaganda competition and my opponent is Nuke 'Em High, the fact this is sitting at 3 stars is proof of a bleaker tomorrow. Every person who rated this movie higher than a 1 star is a lunatic and a troglodyte. Get your brain checked. Half star.
Get your brain checked.
That's right. And the second one is from Idol Collective. So that one cretin who was in blackface the whole time, and I'm not seeing that mentioned in the reviews, the whole character was a caricature of a tribal African, including the tasteless mouthguard that gave him the appearance of comically large teeth, just like the old racist cartoons and illustrations. Garbage. Yeah, you don't get it. Like, you're probably exactly right. And you are the person this movie was made to offend.
Yeah.
And it worked. Like Lloyd reads, I'm sure, well, theoretically, Lloyd reads these and goes, mission accomplished. Like, I got a reaction. Because when was the last time anybody reacted to, like, Captain Corelli's mandolin? Like, you know, you don't, like, when was, you know, it's like that doesn't spark the type of reaction a Troma movie sparks.
Captain Corelli's mandolin.
Is it a better movie? It's better made. But what am I going to watch?
Nuke 'Em High.
Nuke 'Em High. Like, yeah. So those are my Outside Insights. What do you got?
I got one this week. As always, comes from the Internet Movie Database. This is from. I'm not going to reveal what the rating is until the end. Okay. Here. This is Camp Blood 13, left in August of 2003, with the subject line "A must see." This film might have weak production values, but that is what makes it so good. The special effects are gross out and well done. My favorite part of the movie had to be Chrissy, played by Janelle Brady. She is super hot, has a good nude scene. Robert Pritchard as the leader of the gang is hilarious, as are the other members. This film is actually trying to make a point by saying that nuclear waste plants are bad. 4 out of 10. a must see.
Yeah.
4 out of 10.
To be fair, I think most Troma films peak at a 5. So
yeah.
That's
depending on how you're looking at it. Sure.
But yeah, I get, like, I was shocked. 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
But still trash. Like,
but still bad. Yeah.
It's the equivalent of, hey, come look at the poop I just took. I'm impressed.
Which happens more often than you would think in our household.
Yes, but it's like I'm impressed with it. However, it's still gross. So
yeah. All right, folks, it is that point of the show you've all been waiting for, the Let's Talk About Flicks signature segment, the 3-2-1, in which Oz and I each share 3 goods, 2 bads, and 1 about this week's movie, Class of Nuke 'Em High. Oz, what are your 3 goods?
My first one, as I mentioned earlier, is this movie is just nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of movies growing up just because that's just what I did. And this was one that I watched it when it was on. Like, I remembered this movie vividly. And so it was nice to come back and visit that 205 episodes into the show. Second one, we briefly mentioned it right there at the end. Soundtrack's not bad. Like, it's fun. It's a fun little soundtrack.
It is.
And is there a lot of music in it? No, but it's fun. And so I like it when, even because, again, this is an indie movie. This is not a budgeted film at all. So to find musicians that are, I wouldn't be surprised if these guys work for free. That was like, it's like, hey, my brother's in a band. Hey, you guys want to throw the song together? And it's like, I love that, where you get like, you just get this kind of underground, like, sure, we'll do it. And
everything's DIY.
Yeah. And I love it.
Make sure you get the lyric outside the classroom walls. The Geiger counter tells it all.
It's like,
It's gotta be in there.
Yeah. We'll write the song, but can you play it?
Yeah.
And so, it just adds to the charm. And my third good, and we'd mentioned this before, is just the funny overreactions to things.
Yes.
And that, as you'll see this month, becomes a Troma staple of just what is part of the charm of these movies is how poor acting is going on. But it's still just, I've mentioned it several times on the show, but this is another perfect example. Nobody stands out in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, and so everybody's playing at the same level. And so when you have these really goofy overreactions by these non-essential characters, it doesn't detract from anything, because nobody is doing anything like worthy. And so and that's just what makes it digestible. It's because it's like, it's par for the course for this movie. So those are my 3 goods. What do you got?
For my 3 goods, my first one is just, again, we're kicking off Troma movie month. The Troma skyline and theme.
Mm-hmm.
Just the opening, that opening production shot. Oh, I think it sparks the net. It kind of connects to your nostalgia, but just, it lets you know, here's what's coming.
Well, and it has the same effect of seeing the Canon Films logo,
exactly,
or Orion Films, or Touchstone. It's like they knew what they were doing back in the day, and when you had all of these different houses, the distributions or whatever, it's like, we saw their logos all the time. And I agree, that Troma opening hits. Yeah.
So that's my first good. My second are just a couple my second and third actually are just a couple instances from in the movie. So my second good is at the hospital, Chrissy's mother is there. After Chrissy coughs out the big tadpole monster, she's brought to the hospital, and her mother is told that Chrissy had a miscarriage. And as she's being told this, behind her and the doctor in the hallway is another doctor and a tech, and one of them is carrying an open jar of urine. Okay. And so when Chrissy's mother screams that her daughter had a miscarriage, the guy carrying the open jar of urine, he jumps and it just splashes right in the face of the guy next to him.
I don't think I've ever caught that.
Yeah. Oh, it's so great. It's very fleeting. But that's my second good. It's just man getting hit in face by open jar of urine.
I love it.
And my third one is very similar to my second one. Near the end, after the Cretans trigger the alarm, so that the evacuation alarm, everybody's pouring out of the school. There's people everywhere, student, staff, and a young man was in the bathroom, and there's a shot from the hallway of the bathroom door, and it opens. And the man who does have his underwear pulled up, but his pants are around his ankles. So the implication is that he was going to the bathroom, waddled over to the door with his pants, pulled his underwear up,
right?
But did not pull his pants up.
He's in a hurry.
Yeah, waddled over to the door, opened the door, then fully realized, oh yes, I have to run now. Then hurriedly pulls his pants up and then runs out.
Yeah. It. You may have thought too much about that scene.
A little bit. That easily could have been a as well. But
yeah.
I classify it as a good just because it's funny. And I
it gets the point across once he opens the door. But you're right. Like that means he chose to
he chose
go from toilet to door with pants around ankles.
Yeah, with pants around ankles.
Because I don't have time. I don't have the time to pull them.
Nope. So that's my
despite the time I lost with them being down, I don't have the time to pull them up.
He was so caught off guard.
Yeah.
All right, so those are my 3 goods. Oz, what are your 2 bads?
There's too many characters and just not enough time.
Sure.
And are they important characters? No. And really, I'm just talking about the Cretans. We meet obviously Warren and Chrissy. We meet enough of Warren's friends, Eddie and whatever the other guy is. Yeah. We meet enough of Chrissy's girlfriends, the one who shows her how to take a drag and her eyes go all cross-eyed. But really, like when it comes to the Cretans, there's a lot of them. Mm-hmm. And they all are very individual and unique. And it just, it would have been fun to see what the others do. Like, because again, we got Spike, Muffy, and Gonzo. We get a little bit of the teacher. We get a little bit of Taru. We get a little bit of the ropey braid guy. But there's others that I'm like, what is this? Like, what does this person do?
Sure.
So just too many characters, not enough time. My second is this school has terrible administration. What I'm guessing is the dean or assistant principal probably should have been in charge because he's the one that like rounded up the Cretans, took them to the office. Like they didn't fight him on it really. He was pretty stern with them. The principal was, Principal Comeover was
Principal Comeover,
just a terrible administrator.
Yeah.
But that's my second because this movie is bad. Like, it's supposed to be. So I feel picking at it isn't really fair.
Yeah, I had a hard time coming up with bads too, just because everything is bad. It's supposed to be bad.
Right. And so it's like, not really fair to poke fun at it because it's poking fun at itself. So those are my 2, 1, too many characters, not enough time. And 2, the administration of the school is terrible.
Sure.
What do you got?
For my 2, you just going back to to closer to the beginning when they're at the party, we had said that Eddie and Greg, their friends, were very happy to see Warren and Chrissy finally consummate their relationship. Yeah. I thought they lingered a little too long.
Oh, they did for sure. They're still quote unquote teenage boys, but yeah.
But they're just happy and content. Like if they're like, yes, mission accomplished, and then they turn and leave, that's one thing. But they like elbowed up on the rail and
took lessons.
Yeah, and like they're watching their friends have sex. Like
yeah,
okay. I mean, it's a Troma film, but
it is.
Yeah. And then my other one is, and actually this is just what I came up with this morning. I was watching. I'm trying to get in the habit of watching in like 1.5 times speed.
Yeah,
the movie like within 24 hours before, just to refresh it for me. And I thought one of my favorite Cretans was the ponytail braid one, and he was one of the first to die.
Yeah.
I thought they killed that character too quick.
I agree. He had charisma.
He did. He had riz.
He did.
And like they could have easily picked another one of the many Cretans who didn't really have much to kill there, and keep the charismatic one, the one who actually is a decent performer, if you could classify that there's a decent performer in a Troma film.
He was in multiple scenes with lines. Like he's the one that sold the joint to Eddie. He's the one that was with Spike when they robbed the old lady. Like he had, and easily could have swapped him out for the guy with the machine gun.
Yeah.
Like they essentially were kind of the same guy, but one of them had a speaking part and the other one really didn't.
Yeah. So that's my other bad, is they killed one of the most charismatic of the Cretans too early. I would have liked to see that character stick around longer, just because he was fun.
I get it. I get it.
Okay. Those are my 2 bads. Oz, what's your
Okay. When Eddie introduced the laser to Warren, he's in the lab and he kind of holds it and he fires it.
Mm-hmm.
What did that laser hit? Because it was on for a beat. Like, it wasn't just there's a laser. It was, he aimed it and turned it on, and we saw the red static beam.
Yeah.
And so that was, what did, because we only see the laser used one other time, and it did hit the radioactive isotopes, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, what did that first laser hit? That's what I was curious about.
Bag of cotton candy,
I guess. Like, what did the laser hit? Because nothing, like the teacher was just more angry that they had it. It wasn't that they fired it. So that's my question. What did that initial laser hit?
That's fair.
And you?
For my bad, if you pay attention in the cafeteria scenes, and like anytime they're in the school, everyone's eating Popeyes and drinking 7-Up. So where was everybody getting Popeyes and 7-Up from? Like was this school have like a corporate sponsorship deal?
It's New Jersey.
Do they have a corporate food court?
Maybe, yeah.
But like, it's just, I found it interesting, and not that those are bad. I like Popeyes and 7-Up.
Right, yeah, but still, it was an interesting choice.
Yeah, there was a lot of Popeyes boxes and a lot of 7-Up cans, and I just want to know, like, how like, is there a Popeyes right next door? Like, it's just off camera from the power plant.
Yeah, craft services. Like,
yeah, I don't know, but it's a lot of Popeyes and 7-Up, and I'm just curious why those and why that's
fair. That's fair.
I could live on Popeyes and 7-Up.
I'd give it a shot for sure, as long as I had dipping sauce.
There you go.
I don't like a dry chicken strip. I'd need something to dip it in.
I agree. Popeye's sweet heat dipping sauce is really good.
Is it good?
Sweet heat, yeah.
Good deal. I have to try that one. All right, well, week 1 of Troma month in the books.
Yes, 105.
105.
Yeah.
What do you got for us next week?
Next week, we are going to, as I literally see you cross the Nuke High off on our list. Next week, we are going to the Troma movie that I think, for anyone who is familiar with Troma, would identify this as probably the Troma movie. Yes, we are going to watch. Yeah.
I would say this movie, I think, was the true transition from what Troma was prior to what Troma is known for. Because this isn't the first Troma movie you're about to announce, but they were doing a bunch of like screwball sex comedies prior, and then didn't really find their footing until this one.
This is what really nailed Troma's identity. Yes, folks, we are going to watch The Toxic Avenger. The original, the OG Toxic Avenger.
A movie with several sequels.
Yes.
And a remake that is currently out. I did look real quick. Pete, the braided guy in Class of Nukem High, was Bozo in Toxic Avenger.
He was, okay.
Or is Bozo in Toxic Avenger. But
got it. Gary Schneider.
Yeah. Gary Schneider the first, according to IMDb.
Yeah, and Pat Ryan is in it as well. So yeah, that's right. He plays the mayor. It's been a minute since I've seen the Toxic Avenger. Since I've watched any Troma movie. Yeah,
same. I can easily say I have not watched a Troma movie since we started the show, just because we've been scheduled. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's been a minute since Toxic Avenger. Do I remember it all? Absolutely. But it's just, that's what Troma does. Like, you're gonna watch a movie like this, and you've probably never seen a movie like it, and so that's why it sticks. It's like it's fun. Toxic Avenger is fun.
It is a fun movie, and we will share that with you next week. 1984's The Toxic Avenger.
Social media wise, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram, YouTube Shorts, anywhere you listen to this podcast, etc. Patreon link is down below if you'd like to join the masses.
I could see. I'm curious about the viewership for this month.
I am too.
Yeah, I could see these episodes taking off a little bit more. I hope I'm right on that.
Right, I agree. I agree with that. I can see these sticking. And so it's another fun month. I'm excited for this month. So for another episode of Let's Talk About Flicks, I'm Oz.
I'm Curtis.
We'll see you guys next week with The Toxic Avenger.